Hi, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I'm Corolla. In this video, I'm super excited to reveal to you my 2022 planner and journal lineup. But first, I'll talk about my 2021 planners and journals and my thoughts around using them. I have a whole other video on my 2021 planner and journal stack, which you can also check out, but I will do a quick summary. And then I'll dive into my 2022 planners and journals, why I chose them, and some thoughts around how I intend on using them. And then I'll also talk about some of my favorite pens to use in these different types of books because that's kind of a common question and maybe you're curious. So in 2021, this was my planner and journal stack. For functional planning, I only really used 3 notebooks, and so that's what I'll kind of talk about in my summary and my thoughts around each of those books. So first up is the Archer and Olive dot grade notebook, which I used as a bullet journal, but I didn't really use it as much as I wanted to, if I'm being completely honest. And I think it was because of the size and portability. And I'll talk a little bit about that in my 2022 lineup. I also used the Passion Planner Undated, and this came in handy for social media content planning and work tasks. And I liked that it was undated so I could jump in whenever I needed to. But the planner I used the most in 2021, I would say, was the Passion Planner Weekly dated version in A4 or large size. And how I used it was I put in events and appointments at the top of each daily column, and then I used Archer and Olive acrylic to color over part of the timestamp column and put in daily to-dos. And so this kind of functional planning really worked for me to stay organized and on top of what was happening each day and what I needed to get done each day. Although I will say that the large size was a bit too large for me. And so these were the 3 planners that I used the most in 2021. For memory keeping and journaling, these are the notebooks that I used. The Hobonichi Weeks for tracking my kids' development as well as jotting down personal reference notes. And then I used the Hobonichi A6 English Planner as my daily journal and reflection notebook. And while I love this size, it's really small and cute and portable, and it was great for using fountain pens. I did find it a little bit small, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And I also used the Hobonichi A6 Day-Free, which included monthly pages but not daily pages, and I used it primarily for jotting down notes about books that I was reading and interest-based information. And then I used the Stalogy in B5, their largest size, for long form journaling and reflection about life events. And I have a whole video about Stalogy notebooks and what I'm using them for that I will link that you can take a look if you're curious. So that's a quick look at my 2021 journal and planner lineup. And now we'll talk about my 2022 stack and how things have changed. So this is my 2022 planner lineup, and you'll notice that each book is a different brand, which I can't help because I love planners and stationery. But if I wanted to narrow down to just functional planning, I think I could do it with 3 books. And that is to schedule in my events and appointments for my family, as well as work tasks, social content planning, and a bullet journal for on the go task logging. But as it is, I love planners, so I'm going to try this lineup for 2022, starting with the Passion Planner in the medium size, because I found the large a little bit too big for what I needed. So the medium is perfect for visualizing a schedule for my family on a monthly and weekly basis. So I'll use the monthly layout to put in all the events and appointments. And then I'll use the weekly layout for basically daily activities, meal planning, anything that's related to my kids and my family. So that's what I'll use the Passion Planner for. The new brand that I'm trying out for 2022, and I'm super excited, is Hemlock Oak. They're a Canadian brand, and I'm Canadian, so representing. They're made and designed in Canada, and the brand is super environmentally conscious, and everything they make is well thought out and around reducing waste. And I also love the layout and how sophisticated it looks. It's a simple but elegant design. It includes a monthly layout for each month, as well as a weekly layout, and then reflection pages and intention pages. And I will enjoy using this planner for social content planning as well as putting in my work tasks. The third planner that I'm using in 2022 is the Hobonichi Weeks. It's such a pretty cover and it feels really soft, and I don't really need it, but I made it work. And what I want to use it for is for future planning and for tracking my finances. And I've added a little notebook in the back to do that. And I'll jot down events and appointments in the monthly and weekly pages and use this book as a reference guide to fill in the other planners as I need to. And then I'm also using the Archer and Olive Traveler's Notebook as a bullet journal. And this I will use for monthly and weekly and daily logs. I've already started using it to see if it works well in my daily routine, and so far I'm loving it. It's so much more portable than the A5 that I tried to use in 2021 and just didn't. And I can carry it around with me all day and pull it out whenever I need to take a quick note or have a task that I need to put in. And the combination of the weeks and the bullet journal during the day works really well for now. And last but not least is my Emoti Planner from TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. And this is the first version. I'll have the second version in January or so. And it comes with a 52-week weekly layout, basically, that can be used as a bullet journal or for lists. And I think what I'll use it for is just jotting down journal prompts and things that happen throughout the day that I want to reflect on later. And I'll use that in conjunction with my bullet journal to keep lists if I need to. And I love that it's small and portable, that I can carry it around if I need to. And that's my 2022 planner lineup. And this is my 2022 journal and additional notebooks lineup. Starting with this Passion Planner Daily, which I tried to use in 2021, but I just didn't know what to use it for. So I created a few spreads here and there, but what I want to use it in 2022 for is just busy days where I need a lot of space to plan and jot down notes throughout the day. I'll try and use this Passion Planner Daily just for that. I have this beautiful embroidered cover from Archer and Olive. It's an A5, and it will house the Hobonichi Cousin Avec, which I'm trying for the first time in 2022, and I'm really excited to try it out. I decided to go with the Cousin Avec this year because it comes in 2 books, so it's slimmer than the regular Cousin. And the first book will go from January to June. And I'm really excited to use it because it's so much bigger than the A6 English planner that I used in 2021. And I just needed a little bit more space to journal and reflect while also having space to memory keep with washi and stickers and all of the decor. While I do prefer having one journal to last for a full year and having that as the archive, I was really curious about the Cousin Avec being in 2 books, and that will give me enough space to use all of the stickers that I want to and see how chunky it actually gets. And so there are a couple of additional notebooks that I'll be using in 2022, including this Hobonichi Weeks to track my kids' development. I used the weeks in 2021 and found that the layout worked perfectly for when I wanted to track and so I'll be using it again in 2022. And I fell in love with this cover because of the story behind it. The numbers on the cover were written by Ryota Kushida. I hope I pronounced that correctly, who has Down syndrome and learned how to write numbers for his sister's book. And he designed this cover for Hobonichi, and I think it's perfect. And last but not least, I'll be introducing a gratitude journal to my lineup, and it's a Hobonichi 5-year Techo starting from 2022 to 2026. And it will be my gratitude space. And every day I'll just write, 1 or 2 lines of gratitude and include a little drawing or sketch that represents that day and a moment of joy that I had. And I'm using a Hobonichi A6 cover for this. It's a Liberty Fabrics Decadent Blooms, and I think it's gorgeous. So now I'm going to quickly walk through the different pens and styles that I'll use in my books because that's a common question of, what pen works really well with the papers. For the Hemlock and Oak and the Passion Planner, I'll be using the Energel Klena in point 0.3 and point 0.4. And I've also used the Muji pen because they're gel pens that dry quickly and they look great in these types of books. For hand lettering and headers, I'll be using the Archer and Olive Calligraph brush pen and the Tombow Fudenosuke. And for highlighting and color coding themes, I'll be using the Zebra Mud Liner and the Tombow Mono Edge. So if you want to keep your planning simple, those are my recommendations. And because I love stickers and washi, I'll be adding different styles to my books. The first style is this Asian Japanese inspired washi that are transparent and clear and simple but also intricate and elegant. The next style that I enjoy using in my books is themed decor, and Passion Planner has these really cute sticker books that are different themes: nature, food, travel, floral, etc. And they just make creating a weekly spread layout super simple. If you're strapped for time and you just want to add some fun stickers and some color to your planner, then I would recommend just getting a few sticker books. And for my Hobonichi Weeks, which I want to use for just future planning and finance tracking, I've already put in some washi just to make it look a little bit more interesting. And I'll mostly be using a pen, so I'll use the Hobonichi Uni Jetstream ballpoint pen with 3 colors, and I won't worry too much about creating weekly layouts for that book. For my Archer and Olive bullet journal, I'll be using the Zebra Sarasa Grand, and I have different vintage ink refills that I can use in this pen. In my Hobonichi cousin Avec, I'll be using fountain pens because the paper is so friendly to fountain pen ink. And I have a few fountain pens I can use in this and different types of inks. This is a TWSBI Mini and it's super portable to have with my book, so I can just journal or write when I need to. And the decor style that I go with in my Hobonichi will be sort of kawaii cute style. So the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo stickers and washi and stamps. But I would recommend, if you're going to use stamps in a Hobonichi, to try the Versa Magic chalk ink so that it doesn't bleed or goes through the paper. Those are the different styles and pens that I'll be using depending on the planner or journal. And that just comes from experimenting. And I would say, try different styles. Don't be afraid to do them in the same book or in different books. And just do you. So while I think I've finalized my 2022 planner and journal lineup, remember that nothing is final until January when I actually start using these planners. And one thing I'm a little unsure about is what book I'll use to write about book reviews and book notes. The Hobonichi Day-Free goes until March, and I think I will use it until March to take notes about my interests. And I'm not sure if I will get another day free to continue from March onwards or if I'll use a different book for that. So stay tuned. If you have any ideas, let me know. And if you're interested in a passion planner or an Archer and Olive notebook, then I am an affiliate with them and I have a code that will give you 10% off your purchase that I'll include in the description below. If you watched this far, thank you so much for sticking around and watching my planner lineup and journal lineup. And if you have any comments or questions or want to share your lineup, let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, I would so appreciate a like and or subscribe. And good luck with your 2022 planner search. Bye. I'll see you in the next video.